One of the most significant persons at Sky News is Rita Panahi, primarily because Rita seems to have a large following internationally, in fact. And anything that she says is really playing to the wider right-wing audience, particularly the United States audience, where, oddly enough, she has quite a following. So it always seems to be important to be able to highlight that there are times when this particular woman panics. And I'm going to refer to these issues as Rita panicking, because she sees things happening in the right wing which she has to object to. And it is obnoxious, to say the least, to watch how an individual can subjugate herself to, or himself, but in this case herself, to the messages being presented by Fox News in particular and taken up by Sky News. Now, the murder of Alex Petri is one of those instances, and we're about to talk about a clip that she provides in relation to him. So she starts off with Anna Navarra from CNN News talking about who Alex is, and then she breaks to the news item, or the video, I should say, whereby Alex is kicking in the tail light of a ICE car. Now, be this as it may, no one is suggesting that Alex should have done what he did either, and that we don't know the circumstances leading up to him kicking in the rear of this car. He was obviously angry, he spat at them. But the question really remains, regardless of what this man did, that we need to have a look at the type of person that he was as a nurse working with veterans. It's important to understand, and also to watch the clip of him issuing an obituary, if you like, around someone, a vet, not a Vietnam vet, but a vet who had passed away. These are significant parts of who this man is. But do you think that the right wing can do that? No, they can't. They have to focus on the negative aspects of this guy, not the fact that he was murdered. So in this clip I'm about to show you, where Rita talks about all of this, she doesn't show the clip in which he was murdered, which clearly shows that he was defenseless, he was holding up his phone. You've all seen it, no need to go over all of that. My point here is that Sky News wish to convey this right-wing narrative all the time, which is about demonising people that have a different view to themselves and protecting the horrific behaviour of the barbaric ICE patrol people. So I'm going to show this clip, and you can decide what you think about this woman and whether or not she should be doing what she's doing, and just wonder about why it is this woman has the following that she does, because that issue always has concerned me.
I regret to inform you that the left are spiralling. They are becoming more unhinged, more divorced from reality, and more prone to violence. Witness the uprising, the insurrection.
Notice that she says that the left have become more prone to violence. So it's selling this notion, which is a Fox News and a Trump administration piece of propaganda, suggesting that it is the left wing who are responsible for the violence. It is obvious to all of us, and particularly those people in Minnesota, that it is the ICE agents who are promoting the violence, and they're speared on by particularly the Trump administration, obviously. It's all a lie, but this is the propaganda they wish to spread. And I think the thing that we need to be mindful of is that this propaganda will come to play more and more in Australia as we head closer and closer to the next federal election. We need to be wary of this sort of shit, because it's going to become part of the narrative, and it's harmful because it's untrue. It's a lie. But people like Rita who just have no moral compass whatsoever will sell you whatever lie she can to better herself, because that's where this woman comes from.
Happening in Minneapolis right now, where another violent agitator has been shot dead, this time during a scuffle with police. Now,
there's no real evidence that he is a violent agitator. There is this one clip. But I've got to ask Rita, why wouldn't you show the ICE agents killing him? Because he wasn't being violent there. He was actually trying to protect a woman who was beset upon by the agents. And we don't know what happened prior to this fit that she's about to show you. We don't know what happened prior to this that set Alex off. But I guess for people like Rita, that simply doesn't matter.
Now, the media and the left, but I repeat myself, are reporting this fatal shooting as an execution, a murder of an innocent, peaceful protester. Indeed, according to CNN, Alex Petri is the perfect human.
They chose to, they killed the wrong guy, right? Because this is like the perfect guy. Alex Petri is the guy you would want to date your daughter, the guy you would want your son to grow up to be, a decent human being who was serving humanity, serving sick veterans, who is, there is nothing that has been said about that man that isn't wonderful. And so they can't malign him. They can't malign him because we have the videos.
Oh, we have the videos, all right. Let's look at this so-called perfect man, the one you want your daughter to marry and your son to become.
I need to say at this point that I would be horrified if I had a daughter, of which I've got 3, who turned out like Rita Panahi. She happens to be one of the most disgusting individuals on this planet. And this shit she carries on about lefties losing it really is projection, because this is about the right wing losing it. I'm not going to show the video of Alex Petri kicking in the car. Many of you probably have seen that. And I just need to say also that I can't believe how revolting this woman is. I just can't. And it needs to be called out. Whenever I see her doing this sort of shit, it definitely needs to be called out, because the reality is that this is going to become more and more evident in our society as well. And I need to say about Alex is that he wasn't perfect, no doubt about that. There is no doubt he's a very passionate man. And also, we do not know what happened prior to all of this that caused him to do what he did. That is evident. But whatever he did does not mean that he should have lost his life for trying to protect a woman from the ICE agents. Nothing justifies what they did. And the shameful behaviour of people like this woman tells us all we need to know about the right-wing media and where they're going in Australia. And, one of the other things too, I think that sort of does and doesn't concern me is the fact that I do wonder about the reality that sits around the degree to which they're influential. Because if they were influential, this is Sky News here in Australia, if they were influential, and I think the same thing applies for Fox News, if Fox News definitely assisted Trump in his win in the last election, but they're not helping now because the population in the US, particularly around all the issues that concern them, are showing or demonstrating that Trump's underwater. Sky News here in Australia offered no assistance whatsoever to the right here in this country. In fact, it is evident that the Sky News played more and more into the hands of the Labor Party than they ever did into the Liberal Party. And it was Malcolm Turnbull who recently said, the greatest gift we have is Sky News, because they repel people. And people like Rita Panahi are repulsive. And they, her in particular, Andrew Bolt and the others, repel people. And we must remember that. And also remember, they play to their base and only their base. It's only idiots like me that watch them so you don't have to, that will inform you about what they're doing. Because what they're doing is important in terms of understanding what the narrative is from that side of politics. And particularly what's happening at the Liberal Party, and also what they're thinking about One Nation. All those issues are important, and Sky News are the mouthpiece for the right. So it's important for us to understand what it is that they're saying and doing. What I'm questioning is how influential they are or are not. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to my channel. It costs you nothing. Take care.